Hello everyone, this is Mr. G here, giving you some thoughts and overview of the first mountaintop finish in this year's Tour de France's Pyrenees Mountains. Very excited for this stage. I'm always excited for mountain stages with good mountaintop finishes. However, I'm particularly excited for this stage as I have ridden every single climb that they're passing in this stage today. And I think that's a first for me. I've had stages where there's been a bunch of the climbs I've ridden, but I've actually tackled every single climb that they're using in this year's route. And I know from experience that it's going to be very beautiful and also very, very hard. The first climb they're doing is the Aspan, a very classic climb, and they're doing it from the harder side, in my opinion. And it's also, I think, the most beautiful side. The backside is really wonderful too. With the Aspan and like many of the cols in France, you kind of can't go wrong either way you do it. But the first time I did the Aspan, I did it from this side, and it was my first trip to the French Pyrenees. So I have fond memories of it. I was very, very cold. I think they're going to have a blazing heat wave tomorrow, as this tour has typically been hotter than normal. But I did it in May, and earlier in the week I had been riding in 80-degree weather and was suffering from, kind of chills and borderline heat stroke on certain passes that were very exposed. And then I was riding in the Aspan in the fog, and it was in the high 30s at the top. It was very, very cold. I kept my winter gloves on all the way up and put on 2 jackets at the top and was still cold going downhill. But I did the Aspan in the sun in the future and saw all the majestic views and really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when it was foggy and drizzly and freezing, also in a different sort of way. But Aspan is a wonderful climb. The Horquette d'Ancizan, I think it's pronounced, is a fantastic climb, highly underrated, very, very beautiful. They're doing it, in my opinion, from the easy side, and the descent that they're going to do is the steeper side, and it's small and forested, so there's going to be a mix of shade and sunny patches. It's going to be a little bit of a treacherous downhill. I think the downhill will take a little bit of a toll on the riders as well, and they go down into the town of Saint-Lary, and they will be tackling the Col d'Azay, which is a steep climb. The gradient stat I've seen on the internet says 6.8%, but I think that must include like a gradual buildup, because when I did it, I recall that it was more of like an 8, 9, 10% type of climb. It's steep, it's really beautiful, like the scenery is very intense. You're seeing all the same mountains that are kind of in the Pyrenees National Park area, rising out of Saint-Lary. You see those same mountains from the Aspan, but you're further away. You see those same mountains on the Horquette, but you're further away. And the Col d'Azay, they're like right there, like they're right in your face. It's super intense, very beautiful. And that will drop right down into the base of the Purasord Pass, and they're going to finish on top of the Périgueux ski resort. That actually is the very first climb I ever rode in the French Pyrenees. I had made a trip to the Spanish Pyrenees foothills once, and I really enjoyed that. But I went to France specifically to ride the French cols they use in the tour, and the Purasord was the first one that I did. And I was with a group that were a little older and slower than me at the time. And so instead of waiting at the top when it was chilly and windy, I decided to add the Périgueux ski station on a whim, and it was very beautiful. I was very mesmerized with how sheer and snowy and just dramatic the mountain range was. So anyway, it's going to be an exciting finish. I think they used the airstrip that's 20%, which is going to make for a punchy and dramatic last 500 meters. And we will see what happens with the GC. I think things might stay in a bit of a stalemate, and if there are gains, I don't think they're going to be gigantic ones. I think that the stage the day after is going to have the bigger gains, as the Hotakam climb is more of a long and arduous mountaintop finish. I think the day itself is going to be harder as well, and having today's stage in the legs is just going to naturally make it harder. But the climbs that they're using, it's very close in terms of difficulty. One day has more mountains, the other day has bigger mountains, so it's kind of like splitting hairs. But anyhow, I hope you enjoy. I hope that you go and visit the Pyrenees someday. If you want to go, I highly recommend it. I wanted to go for many, many years. It took me a while to get there, but once I did, I started going every year, and I haven't been for a while. I'm a family man now, so I don't know when the next time I will make it there, but I think about it all the time. The Pyrenees is kind of like home away from home for me, and I am so excited to see this magical race go into these beautiful, beautiful mountains. One of the things I like about the Pyrenees more than other mountain ranges in Europe, which they're all beautiful, and I recommend going to all of them if there's certain ones you want to go, like the Dolomites, the Alps. The Pyrenees are just quieter. It's more like old Europe there. It's less touristy, and the roads are abundant and beautiful. There's a lot of unfamous roads, or just even foothill roads, roads that go up to cross-country ski resorts that you've never heard of, that are super, super magical, as well as the classic famous roads like the Aspan and the Pyresord. So anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know other content you're interested in seeing and hearing from me. If you like this content, please give it a share with your friends, like, subscribe, comment, and I will keep bringing more things to you in the near future. Ciao, everyone. Enjoy.